Ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise for the entrance of the 2016 University of Saskatchewan graduates?
would the graduates please turn and face the platform? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2016. Would you please join our vocalist, Danielle Sanch, in the singing of O Canada, and then please remain standing for the invocation.
Please be seated. No? This is my first time leading prayer at a convocation. I'm already learning something. I wasn't supposed to have you sit. But please remain seated and allow me to give voice to the spirit of gratitude that is among us this day. Let us pray. Great Spirit, we give thanks for this very special event today, for gathering a group here from Saskatchewan and from around the world, from many different traditions, bringing many different sources of wisdom, and united in the spirit of learning and the quest to learn more about ourselves, about our neighbor, and about our world. We give you thanks for this place on Treaty 6 land where we have been blessed to gather and to learn. And we ask your help this morning as we remember things that have passed and celebrate the things that are and look forward to the things to come. We remember this morning our humble beginnings as students at the University of Saskatchewan, the many things we did not know when we came, the friends that we have made, the faculty and staff that have shaped us, the time spent reading, working in labs and in laboratories and in libraries. We thank you and we remember the ways that we have met challenges. We also remember the ways that we may have failed and fallen down, the times when we have doubted ourselves and those around us. But you have strengthened us and brought us through those difficult times, and now we are here to celebrate what we have accomplished. We celebrate today the knowledge that we have gained, the families and friends who have stood around us as we have learned and grown, without whom we could not have done what we have done, and for the future that lies ahead of us. As we step into that future, we ask that you would guide us in ways of service and of love to our community, remembering always those who have not been given the privilege that we have been afforded in our education. Help us to bring what we have learned, and above all, our sense of compassion and solidarity with those we have come to know and with those we know who are in need in this world. And all these things we ask in this spirit of wisdom that has guided us, is with us now, and will always guide us in the future. Amen.
Once again, graduates and distinguished guests, welcome. I am Elizabeth Williamson. I'm the University Secretary, and I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. So beginning with the front row on my left and your right, Russell Eisinger, Registrar and Director of Student Services. Patty McDougall, Vice Provost, Teaching and Learning. Karen Chad, Vice President, Research. Ernie Barber, Provost and Vice President, Academic. Elder Mike Maurice of the Métis Nation. Gordon Wyant, Minister of Justice and Attorney General. President Peter Stoichev. Chancellor Blaine Fable. Keith Martell, today's honorary degree recipient. Grit McCreath, Honorary Ambassador, University of Saskatchewan. Daphne Terrace, Dean, Edwards School of Business. Beth Bilson, Dean, College of Law. In the second row, three of our university orators, Darrell Gunther, Dave Minch, and Kathleen James Cavan. Catherine Ford, Board of Governors, University of Saskatchewan. Our senators, Dave Duchak and Jim Pulfer. Wayne Evaniski, Past President, University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. Walt Polovich, University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Carolyn Gasper, Graduate Students Association. Kihan Fu, University of Saskatchewan Students' Union President. Keith Willoughby, Associate Dean, Edwards School of Business. Heather Haven, Associate Dean, College of Law. Doug Surtees, Associate Dean, College of Law, and Reverend David Kim Craig. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates. We acknowledge the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis on which we have gathered for this event. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song. please be seated?
Esteemed Chancellor, President, senior leaders, colleagues, graduates, family, and friends, it is my privilege today to introduce the recipient of our honorary doctorate at today's convocation, Dr. Keith Martell. Keith is a member of Waterhen Lake First Nation near Meadow Lake. His father was an entrepreneur, his uncle was the local chief. He delivered newspapers and then worked at Safeway while putting himself through school. He received his Bachelor's of Commerce degree in 1985, majoring in, we all know that difficult field, accounting. Keith's career journey began as a senior chartered accountant and a certified Aboriginal financial manager for KPMG Pete Marwick, a major accounting firm. After 10 years, he left to join Federation of Saskatchewan Indian Nations as Executive Director of Finance and Fiscal Relations. Since then, he has led several corporations and Aboriginal businesses and has had great impact on improving Aboriginal economic self-sufficiency, particularly now as Chief Executive Officer of First Nations Bank. He chaired the Board of Directors since the inception of First Nations Bank, and since 2009 has been their CEO. He is one of Saskatchewan's men of influence. He was listed in the top 40 under 40, an honor that is especially significant as there is so little time in which one can actually achieve that honor. He was awarded the Saskatchewan Centennial Medal in 2006. He's also the director of a number of other corporations and served as trustee for land claim settlements. He's director of public sector pension investments since 2001, director of Potash Corp, and a number of other corporations. He's been director at Saskatchewan Institute of Applied Science and Technology, now known as Saskatchewan Polytechnic, and the National Aboriginal Business Association, Saskatchewan Friendship Inn, and the Primrose Lake Settlement Trust. In 2012, Dr. Martell was conference co-chair of a very successful Aboriginal Financial Officers Canada annual conference here in Saskatoon, and I know he did a spectacular job of bringing over 1,000 people to Saskatoon. We're working very hard and effectively, Dr. Martell, to produce for you a cohort of First Nations accountants for the future at the university, and we hope that you come to speak to us on many issues from your experience and using your knowledge. You were early, and we appreciate that. He is a founding and continuing member of the Edwards Deans Advisory Council. We have a mission statement: we develop business professionals to build nations. It was through Dr. Martell's input that we changed nation from singular to plural to make the term more inclusive of First Nations. It is not every honorary degree recipient whose photo appears on the front of a magazine. This is my prop. Last year, Business View Saskatoon featured Dr. Martell and the various decisions made by First Nations Bank. You might have noticed that most bank headquarters are in Toronto near Bay Street. First Nations Bank is here in Saskatoon with 80 employees and almost $400 million in assets. It has 12,000 customers, of whom 90% are Aboriginal people. Bank employees service customers in Cree, in Inuktitut, and Dene, and are sensitive to local needs. For example, if a person on reserve cannot use their house as collateral, how might funding be arranged? These branches across Saskatchewan reach out to smaller communities and provide services that would otherwise be unavailable, including many loans to launch small businesses and see them through to become large businesses. For his career achievements, for his commitment to the needs of Aboriginal peoples to advance their business interests, for his stature as an alumnus in a very prestigious accounting field from a college that prides itself in being Canada's top accounting school. And as a person who has earned our respect, I'm extremely pleased to invite him to take the podium and address you today on your careers.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Dr. Martel.
Good morning, graduates, Chancellor Favel, platform dignitaries, educators, and administrators, and a very special good morning to everyone here today who has helped these inspiring graduates to this point in their lives. Congratulations to you. You've done a lot of good work. Thank you, Dean Terrace, for the kind words. I mentioned to Dean Terrace before I came up here that I've had no health problems in my life, which I've been very lucky for, but I'm in the middle of a kidney stone episode, and for any of you who have had those, you know you're wincing right now. So if I fall over, they'll drag me off. They said it'll be fine. So somebody else will finish reading this. I want to thank the University of Saskatchewan Senate for the honor of granting me this degree. I don't do the things I do for awards, but the recognition of my accomplishments from a great institution like this that I hold in high regard is truly appreciated. I want to first thank my family for all the support and love they provided me throughout my life, and I hope all graduates take the chance to do the same thing for your families later today. I hate to tell Dean Terrace this, but the best and most lasting thing that ever came from my time at the College of Commerce at the University of Saskatchewan didn't happen in my classes. It was the chance to meet Catherine Grunert, BCom 84, who became Catherine Martel and my partner in life starting in 1988. The investment she made in me was, I know, never easy, but the rewards from our lives together and the 5 wonderful children we're now pushing through their journeys in life has been priceless. Thank you, Kathy, for everything you've done in support of my career. I also want to thank my parents for showing the confidence in me and expecting the best in me in all I did. I started quite young to actually believe it when they showed me that I could do anything if I worked hard and stayed focused. I hope that I've made them proud because I've always been proud of them. Thank you, Mom and Dad. So really that's enough about me. I want to talk specifically to the graduates. Almost exactly 31 years ago today, I was sitting where you are, and I can assure you that the speech from the honorary degree recipient was not the highlight of my day. I actually looked back in the archives, and all 3 of the speakers on May 16, 1985 would have been great speakers, and I wished I remembered anything they said. So with that encouraging comment, I also need to tell you that you can't get up here to reach your highlight of the day until I deliver this 8-minute speech, so let's get on with it. Dean Terrace has already told you about some of my career accomplishments. So what I want to focus my words on this morning is a few of the more important life lessons that I wish I had known earlier and that may be of help to some of you. This is kind of dad-like advice, so feel free to take it or leave it, because I know you didn't ask for it, but just like your dads, I'm going to give it to you anyways. The primary lesson that I did learn fairly early in life, is that there's no substitute for hard work. What I also learned later in my career is that if you are good at your craft, and the more you like your work, the easier the work gets, even if it's still hard work. When you are good at what you do, and you enjoy doing it, the rewards and the personal satisfaction are great. Today, many people, too many people frankly, are striving for instant success and endless rewards. So it isn't popular to talk about the hard work being at the core of all of these overnight successes. Why work hard when you can invent an app in your spare time and sell it to Google for millions of dollars? Or think up a company and start it in your basement and have somebody on Dragon's Den pay you a lot of money to buy it. Sometimes those things do happen, and I wish you all the best chance of that possibility. Most often, though, the things that seem to come easy and are the most rewarding are built on years of hard work and dedication with lots of practice and attention to honing your skills. Most of you are going to use the degrees you receive today to start careers. Based on my experience, I want to caution you that once you actually start those careers, make sure that you like what you do. Because even if you work a basic 40-hour work week, that is far too large a percentage of your life to spend it doing something you don't truly enjoy. I've met some very bright and talented people that truly made the wrong career choice. Besides not being happy, they were really not good at their craft because they had no passion for their work. It is never too late to find a career that lets you find your passion. And your passions will change as you get more experience and you find more opportunities. When you do what you do for a living and it seems easy and you enjoy what you're doing, you've made the right choice. So once you find your passion, what else makes for a good career? I would ask you that you always remain curious and learn from everyone you interact with. Sometimes you will learn the most from those that you don't agree with, because it's also important to learn what not to do in order to be successful. In this vein of being curious, don't be too judgmental as to who can teach you something. Your education to this point is just the first step, and whether you're going on to more education or to start a career, you will find that on the first day of your next challenge, there is always more to learn. In the process of being curious, make sure that you learn from those you work for, those you work with, and actually learn a lot from those who work for you, because that will get you further in your careers. And remember that on the first day of your new job, the receptionist of your new employer might be your best friend and the person you need the most to start your career off to the right start. So treat them with the respect that they deserve. In fact, once you begin to develop your career and interact with the wider world, you will find many people with little or no formal education and no titles, honorary or earned, who are some of the smartest people that you will meet and you can learn the most from. You will also do far better in your career and be much happier if you make sure your career is that your career and all the things you're involved in are not just about money and not just about you. Some of the most rewarding things that I have done in my career are volunteer positions that allowed me to give back and make a change, the things I thought needed to be changed in our city, our province, or country. Sometimes these issues seem insurmountable, but it's surprising what a few good people and a little passion and hard work can achieve. My last bit of advice is based on a quote from Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher who lived about 2,000 years ago. And this quote is not actually a quote that I found and started to live my life by, but it's really a quote after I observed this in my life and thought somebody must have thought of this before. The quote goes, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This quote makes a lot of sense because opportunity without preparation is like ships passing in the night. Often you will not even recognize those opportunities when they are before you, and if you do, you are totally unprepared to take advantage of the challenges they offer to you. Equally as unfulfilling is when you have all the preparation in the world, but it's never tested. Constant preparation that is never tested is really just a waste of time. Sometimes the best opportunities require you to have courage and faith in your abilities in order to accept them. But if you don't accept some risk and take those opportunities, you will never have a chance to truly test the preparation you have worked so hard to achieve. So you have a chance to make your own luck by being prepared and accepting opportunities that stretch yourself and test your abilities. So now that I've given you all a bit of career advice that you may or may not ignore, I would like to close by actually offering you a challenge and give you a choice to accept this one or not to. We live in a pretty good country, but it's not perfect. There are still far too many people, especially people who are Indigenous to this land, who are underemployed, unhealthy, and undereducated. The real opportunity for all Canadians is not to perpetuate this situation, but to solve it. If more Canadians had the skills, health, and opportunity that all of you in this room have today, we would actually all be better off. We need only look at other parts of the world where inequality is even greater than it is in Canada to understand that living in a gated community with armed guards and economic and political instability is not what we want for our country. So what is my personal call to action for each of you? Let's make it 3 simple things. First, let's start by all dispelling the myth that less well-off people want to live that way. Life is complex, and there are lots of reasons that people end up where they do, but desire to be poor, hungry, or unhealthy is not one of those. Second, let me help you and let you help me dispel the myth that the problems that we have in Canada are too big to solve and it can't be done, so why try? There are many compelling examples in this room today that is not simply the case. I'm the first generation of my father's family that was not directly subjected to the ravages of the residential school system. But while it has caused some issues in my life, I am not a victim and I am not dependent on the government for anything. And in fact, the last time I checked my tax return, they're my largest dependent. Lastly, challenge number 3. Think about how you would want others to treat the street people you see on the street today. If you see a man on the street, think how you would want that person to be treated if it was your father. Or how would you want that single mother to be treated if it was your mother? Or think about how you would want that teenage girl in a dangerous situation treated if she was your little sister. When you personalize the faces of these issues we see in our society, it gets a lot easier to care. So there, I've given you some advice that you didn't ask for, and I offered you a challenge, and offered to trade you for a challenge that you didn't agree to up front. So all of you aspiring lawyers in the room can tell me if we have a legally binding agreement. But according to my newly received honorary doctorate of laws, I think it's a pretty fair deal. Again, congratulations on your achievements. Those of us who have gone before you are very proud of you, and we hope we hope you have all successes in the world in the next stage of your lives. Thank you very much.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many people here packing this auditorium for this auspicious occasion. Eminent Chancellor, graduates and families, honored guests, I thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. There's some people in particular I want to single out for thanks, but before I do, we're really here to see the graduates cross the stage. I see it as my role, though, to make the moment as special as possible, because there's much to say about the university and the significance of the degrees that are going to be received here today. In particular, I want to thank the drummers, Buffalo Boys, for the great honor song that they play at the beginning of every one of these convocation ceremonies. I want to acknowledge the many faculty on stage. Thank you very much for being here. You're the heartbeat of the university. Keith Martell, honorary degree recipient, and the really special, wonderful words that you gave us this morning. I want to acknowledge Gordon Wyant, Minister of Justice and Attorney General. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today, especially on Budget Day. I know that you've got to travel back to Regina right away after this ceremony is over, so it's deeply appreciated that you are here. Elder Maurice, thank you very much, sir, for being here as well. It's very special that you're here. Your presence demonstrates the significant place the University of Saskatchewan holds in the hearts and the souls of the people of this province. We're here to celebrate a milestone in the lives of graduates who will soon cross the stage. We're proud of them. They're proud of what they've done. Life is richer when we collectively acknowledge success and hard work and rites of passage such as this one today. We're also here because this university has brought us together. And we tend to take universities, maybe particularly in this country, for granted. But a university is a wonderful and a special thing, a great experiment in the ongoing conversation that we call democracy. And when I read the news each day, I'm sure it's the same for you, and when I see how fast the world is changing, I am convinced that universities are needed now more than they have ever been, and that the University of Saskatchewan is needed now more than it ever has been. That what the people crossing this stage today, strengthened by what they've learned here, go on to do in their lives, will matter immensely to our collective futures. So you're getting your degree today. You've succeeded in that. Take the time to revel in it, boast about it, feel smug about it. And when those 5 minutes are up, take a lot more time to thank your spouses and partners, your parents and grandparents, friends, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, communities, elementary school teachers, high school teachers, the profs you appreciated or the classmates who helped you out, because you don't achieve something this big without a lot of help along the way. Lots of graduates across this country right now are sitting in seats like you are in auditoriums like this one, getting university degrees. But let me say a few things on the threshold of the university celebrating its 110th anniversary next year about a U of S degree. This is the home of the cobalt-60 radiation therapy technology that revolutionized cancer treatment 65 years ago and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. It happened right here. Actually, it was an auto body shop right around the corner from this building that built the casing. University of Saskatchewan medical researchers built the concept. Some of the country's most formative political leaders got their degrees here. Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, Governor General Ray Natishan, Premiers Devine and Romano and Wall and Calvert. People who went on to receive Nobel Prizes were here. Graduate student in chemistry Henry Tobey, physics professor Gerhard Hertzberg. Writers such as Sharon Butala, who wrote Perfection of the Morning, were here, and three-time Governor General's award winner for fiction Guy Vanderhaeg. Actors like Kim Coates from Sons of Anarchy. Business leaders, as you well know, such as Brett Wilson and Murray Edwards. Aboriginal leaders like our Chancellor Blaine Fable, former chief of the FSIN, and Lester Lafond, a formidable influence on the development of the Aboriginal business community in Saskatchewan. Influential people in our justice system, such as Medicare author and Supreme Court Justice Emmett Hall, and federal chief negotiator Tom Malloy. Athletes and coaches such as Diane Jones-Konahowski and Mike Babcock and Willie Desjardins and Dave King. At last week's YWCA Women of Distinction Awards banquet, 33 of the 55 nominees were from this university. We're seen as a research leader in the country, with Canada's only synchrotron, where we figured out how to produce medical isotopes using high-energy X-rays from a particle accelerator rather than with a nuclear reactor. There's a huge national and international demand for these isotopes, due in part to the closure of the reactor in Chalk River. We've got one of the world's most advanced vaccine research facilities at Vito Intervac, and a cyclotron that will shortly be providing medical isotopes to Royal University Hospital. A fitting homage to that cobalt-60 work that I mentioned done here over half a century ago. Our Global Institute for Food Security will help to feed a hungry world. Our Global Institute for Water Security will help us understand floods and droughts. Our Humanities and Fine Arts will explore human expression and keep us interpreting. All of these things matter. All of these things will help to make the world a better place. I like to say a little bit about the colleges whose graduates will be crossing the stage today, just to set some context for that in particular. The Edwards School of Business has business graduates who have much pride in their school, and deservedly so. It is a school with a concise 7-word mission: we develop business professionals to build nations, as you've heard, with plural nations. It's a statement that honors the school's long history of educating professionals in such fields as accounting, finance, marketing, human resource management, labor relations, operations management, and business strategy. Almost 100 years ago, the U of S awarded Canada's first accounting degree. This year's degree recipients, like those who have gone before, are the business professionals who will continue to build our province, our country, and our world. The College of Law is the oldest in Western Canada, established in 1912. Several of the people I've already mentioned who have helped forge the history of the U of S and the country are graduates of that college. Others include Willard Estey, Ralph Goodale, and Shirley Tucker Parks, one of the first female lawyers in Canada, called to the bar in 1955. That's 2 colleges, but we have 17 colleges and schools at this university. That's more disciplines than any Canadian university of our size. We're unique in this respect. And this, to me, is a crucial feature of who we are, because although we do not know what the solutions are to the major challenges that are facing us today, we do know this, that none of them will be solved by a single discipline, none of them will be solved by a single person, but by many people from many disciplines working together. We are poised to help to do that with faculty such as those on the stage today at the cutting edge of research, scholarly, and artistic work. For these reasons and more, we're one of the top 15 research-intensive medical doctoral universities in this country. On his trip out here to begin his work as the first president of this university in 1908, Walter Murray wrote to a friend that we are building for centuries. And that's what we will continue to do, to be a leader in developing local solutions to global problems. I don't say this to boast entirely, but to drive home that the degree you've worked hard today to receive has tremendous value. Many employers tell me, and I'm sure some of you have heard this, that when they see an application from a U of S grad, it gets noticed because the quality of the university is so high, and because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots. And also because you haven't just learned a particular area of study. You've learned how to be adaptive in your thinking, to be resilient, to be able someday to solve problems we can't even foresee today. You've learned about excellence, and as I like to put it, excellence is a transferable skill. And like anything that has tremendous value, it carries with it a great responsibility. In the end, most people in the world can only dream of getting to where you are today. Educated, well-read, supported, self-reliant, networked, plugged in. This is not to say there aren't huge challenges that you and the rest of us will continue to face, but you've worked hard and others have helped to get you to a point where you can now do what? Just a few thoughts on that in closing. You didn't get here by following what everyone else did, agreeing with everything they said, doing everything they asked, and taking the road of least resistance. You weren't here doing all this just to absorb received wisdom. You've done all this work to find your own voice, not to mimic someone else's. Trust yourself now to sing with it. Also, you got here by taking risks, by failing at some things, maybe many things. Even going to university at all was a risk. You didn't do all this work so that you'll live a failure-free life. You've done all this work so that your future failures will be for more important causes, and so that your successes will have more important impacts. And finally, you came here with at least some slight thought in the back of your mind that a university degree will lead to a great job and a lot of money. It's true the chances are a lot higher that you will have those things with a degree than without one. But I've always liked this sentence from a book called The Empire of Illusion by Chris Hedges. In the end, the measure of a civilization is its compassion, not its ability to consume. And the compassion is not just for others, it's also for yourself. Help out those with less than you've now got, and take it easy on yourself while you're at it. The two, it turns out, go hand in hand. And if you do get a great job and make lots of money, show even more compassion, make even more of a difference. So in the end, what's all this that you're achieving today about? Only you can answer that for yourself. But part of it is about being able to contribute to your community, this province, this country. They need people with degrees such as you've got to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a world with courage to embrace diversity, not build a wall against it, a country that responds to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action. You've heard some good words on that already this morning. We had Justice, now Senator Murray Sinclair, here for a forum on building reconciliation, co-chaired by our wonderful Chancellor and me in the fall. And he said that education is the key to reconciliation, something that we all heard clearly. Education is the key to reconciliation. And I'm very proud of the fact that the U of S is graduating more Aboriginal students this year than it ever has before, more than ever in its history. Think of all those who can't even imagine having the education you've got. What would they do if they had it? What will you do now that you've got it? How can you give back to everyone who's helped you to get it? For me, it's always been a passion for the idea of a university. It's a radical experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society and respectful critics of it. For the John Diefenbakers and Roy Romanos and Gerhard Hertzbergs and Blaine Favels, Hilda Neatbys, Emmett Halls, our honorary degree recipient here today, it was about something else. None of them, while at university, knew exactly where they were headed. You can't know that because things are changing too fast. But they knew to listen for, as you've heard today, some passion to follow, and that became an endless journey. For you, it will be something else. Doesn't matter exactly what it is, just that you're passionate about it and you use it for good. It's time for the graduates to start walking across the stage, but this was a long way of saying congratulations to our graduates today and to all of those who have helped them. And to the families and friends here today, you can be proud that your sons and daughters and friends will not only succeed in their careers, but will contribute to Canada and the world. Congratulations to all of you.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of the council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees and certificates to which you are entitled and vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Thank you. Would the graduates in the front row please rise and come to the platform? As you make your way forward, I'll just let you know how the conferring of degrees will unfold. As you enter the stage, please stop and face the audience, as the hood will be put over your shoulders. Once you've been hooded, proceed to the first podium, where the orator will present each of you by name. Once your name has been announced, proceed to shake the Chancellor's hand, and the Chancellor then tells you that you have been admitted to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. You will then continue across the platform to be greeted by the President and your Dean or Associate Dean of the College, and to receive your parchment from them. As you go down the steps, you will be welcomed as new members of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. As new members of the Saskatchewan Alumni Association by a representative of the association.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Business Administration. I present to you Yvonne Monica Brooks. Patrick John Clark. Stephen James Danners. Carrie Ann Ford. Thank you. Christy Lynn Johnson. Do you have your name? Thank you. Marjorie Jean Loddington Smith. Bonnie Jean Lowe. Amanda Christine McDonald. Shannon Lee Schemenauer. Chantel Dawn Stanley. King Feng Wu. Thank you. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. I present to you Mariana Imad Abusada. Michaela Eistein. Thank you. Riyadh Ameri. Justin James Anderson. Bria Day Ashmead, with distinction. Kalechi Julius Azubike. Megan Nicole Barabash, with great distinction. Shafalta Busnet. Tisha Faye Calvo Beaudry. Jordan Levi Becker. Brianne Monique Becky, with great distinction. Ariel Dawn Booten, with distinction. Thank you. Ryan Buchert. Brittany Michelle Burnett. Troy Richard Carlson, with distinction. Cessna Lynn Cornista Carrion, with distinction. Thank you. Christopher Logan Chauvin. Jared Robert Christensen. Nathaniel Christian, with distinction. Nancy Smart Kelu Chakwu. Yeah. Thank you. Riley Nevin Cozart. Konstantinos Dean Dangus. Ashley Christina Daw, with distinction. Jenna Ann Delahaye. Brendan Lee Demaray, with great distinction. Mitchell Logan Dibb. Kun Ding, with great distinction. Derek Patrick Dittmer. Molly Ann Doucette. Morgan Page Doucette. Amanda Joan Drieger. Lauren Victoria Durant, with honors. Jordan D. Duchek. Kelsey Kristen Duca with distinction. Thank you. Tara Leigh Ebach. Jordan Alyssa Eisner. Courtney Lynn Ekdahl. Mabel Gonzalez Elevado. No worries. Kayla Kirsten Ellerman. Courtney Taylor Erickson with great distinction. Paulina Ernberg. Brittany Fontana Failer. Megan Elizabeth Fedorchuk with honors and distinction. Thank you. Sheldon James Ferguson with great distinction. Chenille Marie Fisher. Roxanne Susan Forsberg. Brody James Foster. Christopher Mark Fowler with distinction. Ryan Delmer Fredrickson. Amber Lynn Freistad with distinction. Zachary Hart Friesen with distinction. Nicholas Bradford Frondal. Ross Gregory Gadzala. Genevieve Eileen Gallagher with great distinction. Jaying Gao. Michelin Lorraine Godet with great distinction. Stacy Pauline George with great distinction. Sethi Abdul Galib. Brittany Lynn Giles with great distinctions. Connor Goshawk. Alana Crystal Grant. Caitlin Delwa Grant with distinction. Justin Lewis Grant with distinction. Nicole Leigh Greshner with honors and distinction. Shelby Noel Hansen. Brianne Mary Jo Harney with great distinction. Jane Taylor Hart with honors and distinction. Stephanie Marie Hayes with great distinction. Dylan Lane Haynes. Thank you. Brooklyn Hess with high honors and great distinction. Paul Randall John Hildebrandt with great distinction. Justin Eric Hippie. Thank you. Andrew Charles Hodson with distinction. Christopher Cole Hoffus. Jared John Holliday with distinction. Thank you. Ying Huang. Thank you. Brandon John Huchek. Danielle Christine Humble with distinction. Justin David Hunt. Rylan Terry Husted. Thank you. Shelby May Irwin. Gabriella Matthew James with great distinction. Marcia Josie Janvier with distinction. Nathan Joel Jansen. Zhanying Ji. Zhenzhen Jin with distinction. Dylan Randall Johnner with distinction. Brock Alfred Jusette. Thank you. Farron Leigh Kane, with great distinction. Siddharth Kalagnanam. Thank you. Nathan Edmund Keck. Lindsay Rowan Kelly, with great distinction. Thank you. Callan David Daniels Kimber, with distinction. Christopher Jerry Kislick. Adam James Klaus, with distinction. Daniel Anthony Kluhart. Brendan Reed Cozen, with distinction. Yeah. Elan Nicole Kranick. Spencer Michael Krieger. Ryan Scott Krug, with high honors and great distinction. Thank you. Legria? Elgin Legria. Spencer Matthew LaPrairie. Okay. Amanda Loren Lewis. Hangming Lee. C.L. Lee, with distinction. Thank you. David Michael John Lebreck. Thank you. Yang Yang Liu, with high honors and great distinction. Krista Nicole Lowen, with great distinction. Thank you. Yaxi Liu. Michael James Lychak, with great distinction.
Keisha Mary Ma. Nikesh Kumar Medhar, with distinction. Gabrielle Josephata Maria Maduk. Brianne Elizabeth Mahon, with great distinction. Dustin Daniel Mackey. Reed Huth Maltman. Celine Muriel Martin with high honors and great distinction. Sandrew Martins with distinction. Sahar Mastour. Colby Lee McClelland with honors. Nancy Yvonne McDonald. Alyssa Lee McIntyre. Cortland Bryce McLeod. Shelby Page McLeod with distinction. Lucas Austin McPhee with distinction. Shay Meadows. Daniel Joseph Meekin. Key May May. Gregory Michael Lloyd Matanchuk. Kelsey Maria Mintzler with great distinction. Natasha Gloria Mitchell with great distinction. Tyler Lance William Morin. Alexandra Jamie Monroe with great distinction. Jessie Johanna Monroe. Brooke Much with distinction. Elise Anna Nelbowich with great distinction. Micah Margaret Neufeld with great distinction. Veronica Marie Neufeld with honors. Alicia Dawn Newstater with great distinction. Su Ping Ung with great distinction. Romeo Nkunzimana. Garrett Nobert. Michael Joseph Pierre Novak, with great distinction. Spencer Pierce O'Brien. Rebecca Jean Olbort. Jared John Olson. Regan Eve Owens. Christopher Matthew Pennell, with distinction. Laura Faye Peter, with distinction. Quan Chao Dang Pham. Megan Amber Pichet, with great distinction. Parker Colin Pichet. Dallas Kim Pocha. Chase Porter. Brendan Thomas Potts, with distinction. Maria Angel Prefontaine, with distinction. Camille Jacinth Presber. Carly Gale Ramsey, with distinction. Rose Rapley. Taylor Jonathan Rain, with distinction. Tyler James Reinheimer. Amy Lynn Reel. Danielle Nicole Roberge. Jordan Allen Sweeting Robertson. Nicole Ray Robertson. Jesse Ross, with distinction. Sapide Rostenpour, with distinction. Andrew Harlan Schmidt. Casey Catherine Dawn Schmitz. Andrew Segamwenge Sirwata. Lauren Ariel Seymour, with distinction. Carly Dawn Marie Shuchuk. Kyle Thomas Walter Shuchuk. Jade Catherine Shirley, with great distinction. Peter Charles Siarkos. Belkinder Paul Singh. Yadin Sanibo Sakaribo. Glenn David Marco Sorchuk, with distinction. Matthew Peter Spafford. Catherine Constance Claire Spihar, with distinction. Barbara Leanne Spetz, with distinction. Brandon Alexander Spink, with great distinction. Anastasia Maria Stadnik. Tori Brianna Stadnik, with distinction. Zachary Brevik Stebner. Jonathan Eldred Stewart. Preston Stokes, with distinction. Chad Adam Leo Sewer. Darby Ann Helen Sutherland. Sean Michael Sylvester, with distinction. Sean Tyler Simchuk. Drew Douglas Tatey. Sayuka Taguchi, with distinction. Chun-Yin Tam. Wan-Kien Tan, with great distinction. Kelsey Temple. Louis Teveno. Ryan Jeffrey Thomas. James Matthew Thorpe. Joshua Joseph Tim. Allison Tomiyama. Kendall Lauren Trach, with great distinction. Jason Tran, with great distinction. Caroline Tu, with distinction. Kayla Leslie Tycolas. Riza Guya Kose Villardo. Non Nelson Tunvo. Eli Boris Andrew Wachniak, with distinction. Mitchell Walls. Sarah Rebecca Wee. Jessica Gina Wells, with distinction. Brett Robert Westman. Taylor Lane Wilcox, with distinction. Lindsay Ann Willenick, with honors and distinction. Cassandra Ray Wilson Anderson, with distinction. Abby Erica Voida. Juanita Marie Wolf. Natalia Delicious Sharmal Woolhouse, with honors and great distinction. Bryden Lane Woodrick, with high honors and great distinction. Luke Bronson Wormlinger. Carly Marie Wuscheni. Bobby Z. Mui Yang. Jordan Allen Uremko. Fenglin Ye, with great distinction. Justin Frank Yeager. Stephen Corwin Yee, with great distinction. June1 Yin. Joshua Adam Yoakum, with distinction. Zihao Yu, with distinction. Yifan Yuan, with distinction. Yanan Zhang. Zihan Zhang. Hao Zhang, with distinction. Yanan Zhao. Chao Zhu.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Law, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Juris Doctor. I present to you Jonathan Thomas Adams, with distinction. Timothy James George Armstrong. Isaac Zav Atnikov. Emily Elizabeth Barlow. Kristen Amanda Kathleen Bates. Jessica Belisle. Embry Elena Caleb Blashill. Jordan David Bolt. Deep Brar. Riley Cale Brown. Cameron Brightman, with distinction. Jared Brown. Allison Jean Bruce. Andrew John Matthew Campbell. Alana Ellen Carlson, with distinction. Michelle M. Caron. Eva Como, with distinction. Daniil Dawn Demenchuk, with distinction. Nordica J. Dushan. Dustin Thomas Ernwine. Lauren Raymond Fagnan. John Calvin Fast, with great distinction. Paul Elliott Fedoroff. Matthew Thomas Feehan. Aaron John Ferguson. Ashlyn N. Friesen, with distinction. Shane Matthew Gardner. Bruce Andrew Gordon, with distinction. Morgan Ashley Grant, with distinction. Sarah Gruba. Cole Larry John Ginter, with distinction. Kara Leanne Hill, with distinction. Scott Paul Hitchings. Ryan Michael Holfeld, with distinction. Brooke Amy Johnson. Caitlin Joanna Jones, with distinction. James Frederick Andrew Judish. Carissa Marie Keln. Matthew James Kerr. Omer Ahmed Kayam. Julia Kindrachuk, with great distinction. Cameron James Klein, with distinction. Nicholas Alexander Colton. David Paul Douglas Conkin, with great distinction. Corinne Melissa Kowalski. Amanda Jean Christian. Leanne Marie Laprise. Stephen Clinton LaRocque, with distinction. Susan Lee. Christopher Liu. Madeline Marie Lusick. Brian James Lundy, with distinction. Michael McDonald. Congratulations. Kaylee Heather Leon McPherson. Edward Radu Mete. Francine Jane Mirasti. Shayla Kathleen Mooney. Craig Matthew Murak, with distinction. Amjad Mohammed Marabit, with distinction. Benjamin William Parsonson. Adam Brent Palovich. Robert James Neal Peters. Janessa Ashton Nicole Plain, with distinction. Catherine Jean Pocha. John Michael Poneth, with great distinction. Brandy May Rintoul, with distinction. Jeremy Leo Russell, with distinction. Danielle Page Shindelka, with distinction. Jean-Pierre Christian Séguin. Dominic Sikora. Jocelyn Sirwa, with great distinction. Lisa Madeline Smart. Cameron Ricks Smith. Matthew John Smith. Samantha Smith, with distinction. Janelle Ray Suter, with great distinction. Jared Kelly Struby, with distinction. Vamsi Suresh Mills. Eric Craig Tollefson. Brandon Lawrence Veenstra. Caitlin Vinette, with distinction. Stephen Liwan Wang. Sean Patrick Watson. Matthew Aaron Weens. Catherine Elizabeth Wilson. Justin Philip Wood, with distinction. Peng Zhang.
So I would like to say a couple of words about Matthew Lequire, who is today being granted his JD degree posthumously with distinction. Matthew came to us from Manitoba, and he was first in the college as a student in the program of legal studies for Native people. As his distinction designation suggests, he was a very strong student, and his instructors commented particularly on the strength and persuasiveness of his writing. And I'm sure that that is a skill that would have stood him in good stead in the career that he was looking forward to in the Federal Department of Justice in Winnipeg. Matthew passed away on April the 4th, which was just prior to the end of his third year. And it is, of course, tragic that he is unable to be here to share this celebration. But he left an impact clearly on his classmates and his many friends in the College of Law. His parents are unable to join us today. I hope that they are able to watch the live streaming version of the ceremony so that they will know that our thoughts are with them.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the College of Law and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Laws. I present to you Olufunmilola Wale Ayotunde. Courtney Elizabeth Elander Kirk. Moborlanle Ore Morlala Orduntone. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates and degrees.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees and certificates be granted.
And now it's my pleasure to present awards to two very, very special graduates. Is Patrick Clark here to stand beside me? Patrick? Patrick is recipient of the Paul S. Jasper Chartered Accountant Award, and let me tell you a little bit about Paul. He went to Dewberry High School in, guess where, Dewberry? Did I say it right? That's correct. Yep. He went to Victory Bible College in Lethbridge, Alberta with a diploma in theology. His current job is cathedral administrator at the Cathedral of the Holy Family, Roman Catholic Diocese of Saskatoon. He is married to an amazing woman, Tanya. Where are you, Tanya? Oh, oops. She's at a conference. She's at a conference. But he wants you all to know that he married an amazing woman who supported and encouraged him all throughout the BAC program, but could not attend his convocation. Okay. They have 3 awesome children. Are they here? They're not here either.
They're also at a conference.
Also at the conference. Ava, Lachlan, and Finn, and he feels feelings of gratitude, pride, and humility because of his family. He is on the volunteer board of Prairie Center for Ecumenism, chair of the Personnel and Finance Committee. He is an avid reader, a photographer, a self-professed Scotch connoisseur, and an on and off, and he and I share this, we're in the off stage of our exercise regime. So his future plans are to earn a Bachelor of Management from Athabasca University, majoring in Human Resource Management. Now let me say something that he wants us to be grateful for. The Edwards School of Business offers a Bachelor's Administration Certificate program, and it has blended into his work and home life. It has provided a high degree, high quality of learning to people who work, and he was able to apply and learn on Monday night what he learned the week before. He was able to apply on Tuesday what he learned on Monday. So he wanted us all to know that this is an excellent pathway to education, and we are very, very proud to give him the Paul S. Jasper Award. And now I'd like to call Krista Nicole Lowen to stand beside me. Krista is an accounting major. She graduated with great distinction. She had and we're very precise at the Edwards School, a 93.05% cumulative average on all courses in the BCom degree. Now, this includes 100% in 5 courses, including that dreaded Math 121. And I would like... I've never actually met anyone who got 100% in Math 121, and I wonder if you could tutor my son. I look behind me, and there are a lot of Edwards faculty members here, and I would like them to stand, the ones that have taught Krista. And I'm sure they are very proud of her. Thank you. She received so many scholarships and awards in the BCom program that it would do a disservice to this audience to actually list them all, because you would have to eat lunch. So let me just say it's wall to wall on this sheet I have in front of me, including the Dean's Honor Roll consistently from the time she was admitted. She was involved in the USSU Student Help Center. She participated in the Silicon Valley Study Tour in 2015. One of her friends said, character-wise, she was truly one of the most hardworking people I've ever met. Well, look, I've met a lot of hardworking people that don't get 100% in math, so it's more than that. You could see that she cared about her academics, and she put so much effort in. She loves cats, is easy to get along with, confident she's going to go far in life if she doesn't get too many cats. I added that. She's hardworking, intelligent, has a commitment and a passion for accounting that I really don't think many people do. Another friend said her interests include, well, accounting. She's following in her father's footsteps. He started an accounting firm and was very successful. He was truly the person who helped give her the passion for school, for accounting, and helped her become the successful person who's recipient of the Goodspeed Award. I'm very pleased to say she has started the Masters of Professional Accounting program this May, and she will join the firm Buckberger, Berg & Associates and Partners, LLP, in September 2016. We are awestruck, and we are proud to have you as our graduate as you receive the Goodspeed Award.
I am delighted to be able to present the Law Society of Saskatchewan Gold Medal to Janelle Souter. Janelle is the Janelle is the pride of Pleasantdale, Saskatchewan. I noticed that there were graduates in the Edward School from Nacum and St. Brew, so you probably played baseball against Janelle in your youth. Janelle has been involved in many things in the law school. She was on the student editorial board of the Saskatchewan Law Review, which is a 70-year-old peer-reviewed publication that is governed by a student board. Janelle was also associated with a very exciting initiative that we have in the College of Law called the Dean's Forum on Access to Justice, which brings together representatives from the courts, from the Attorney General's Department, from the legal profession, and from other legal organizations to talk about access to justice issues. And the discussion papers for that forum are prepared by students, and this year Janelle was the co-author of a very interesting discussion paper on access to justice in the Saskatchewan Court of Queen's Bench. Janelle is going to be clerking at the Saskatchewan Court of Appeal starting very shortly, and we have great pride in Janelle's accomplishments, and we know that she will be a stellar addition to the legal profession. So congratulations, Janelle.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, platform participants, graduates, and guests. My name is Wayne Ivaniski, and I'm a proud U of S alumnus, earning my Bachelor of Commerce degree in 1977. As past president of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association, it is my distinct pleasure to congratulate you, the class of 2016, and welcome each of you as our association's newest members. The Spring 2016 Convocation ceremonies mark an important time in our Alumni Association history. We are celebrating our 100-year anniversary this year, and we've officially reached 150,000 members. Although it might feel like receiving your hard-earned degree or certificate marks the end of your time as a member of the U of S community, it's really a new beginning. When you walk across the stage today and shake hands with these prestigious people behind me, know that it's not the end of your relationship with us. You are students on campus for a relatively short time, but you're alumni for a lifetime. Today is all about you and the work you've done to get this far. I encourage you to breathe a sigh of relief knowing that your hard work, long hours and many cups of coffee have paid off. Take a moment to soak it all in and celebrate this moment. You're all experiencing change at an unprecedented and ever-accelerating rate from every walk of life, technologically, socially, economically. You will take on challenges in today's world that don't even exist yet and we can't yet begin to imagine. Your knowledge, your experiences, and your relationships will help you along your way and assist you to help build vibrant lives and, in turn, vibrant communities. It is my hope for you that you find joy in whatever path you choose and that you never stop the thirst for knowledge you've acquired here. Always be curious, always be searching, always strive to know more. Because of your time at the U of S, you all have the skills, knowledge, and abilities to think critically, solve problems, create solutions, and be leaders. From this day on, all that you accomplish, all that you create, discover, enhance, explore, you will do as members of the U of S Alumni Association. Please stay in touch with us as you go on and do great things. You are an inspiration to each other and forever a member of the U of S family. Congratulations to each and every one of our graduates, and welcome to the U of S Alumni Association.
Tanse, en askumpna pe mi teti ek blin favel sigasun with the dum Scott na gakyo. Wa here we pe wichi hianuts. My name is Blaine Favel. I'm the 14th Chancellor of the University of Saskatchewan, and I just said in my language, the Cree language, that I welcomed all of you, my relations, to this gathering this morning, and thank you for traveling a great distance. I'd like to, I think the graduates will be happy. This is the close of the convocation, and our ceremony comes to an end shortly. I'd like to make a couple comments before we leave, before we part company. I'd like to first, before I move into my comments, thank Minister Wyatt for joining us again. It's always a great pleasure to have the Attorney General visit us, especially important to the law students to show the support of the justice system. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Martel for his wonderful remarks. Keith and I go back a long ways. I'm very proud of him. And played a bit of a trick on him when we were in the green room. He went to the washroom and I hit a speech. And if you ever want to see an accountant sweat like their balances aren't reconciled, you should have seen him. Well, that was kind of a bit of a joke, but I told him right away so he didn't get too stressed out. Well, that was fun. That was my you got to have fun when you're up here, right? And no, I have a special affinity for this morning. I've got a degree, both a law degree and an MBA, so it's a special. I sort of understand the students and what they're going through and what they've accomplished, so that's a very special morning for me as well. I remember when I was a young lawyer, in fact, I'll share a small anecdote with you. I was a young lawyer, and as a graduate, as the president said, you're really proud and kind of quite pleased with yourself today, and you should be. It's well-deserved. But it's important to pause it at some point and get real. And I remember I was at a conference as a young articling student one time, and I went to a chief's conference as a young articling lawyer. And I was sitting there in the audience taking notes, and I had an elder to my left, and I was sitting there cross-legged, and my socks were sticking out like they were sticking out here during Convocation. I've always liked nice socks. And this elder is looking at me, and he's looking at me, and he's looking at my feet, he's looking at my socks, and he leans over and he says, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was thinking he's going to ask me some refined point on Aboriginal law or Constitution law, and I was really pleased with myself, and I said, "How can I help you?" And he looks at my socks, and he points and said, "Are those the kind that go all the way up to your hips?" And as I said, keeping it real. So I said no, and my law degree didn't do me much good in that sense. I wanted to say a couple of remarks about the honor song. Though for those of you that are not familiar with our culture and our ways, the honor song is sung only at very, very special occasions. This is one. If you hear it in the future, if you hear the drums in the future, remember that today it was sung for you. We sang it for you as part of our family, and that it's a special song, it's a tribute song, and something that you've all earned and your family has earned. I'd also like to remark on something President Stoichev said in his remarks. that he went on at length, not at length, Peter was just the right amount, but in his remarks he spoke about the greatness of this institution and the impact that it's having on the world, and that you should be very proud to have a University of Saskatchewan degree. I know that I am, and that much of the good work that is happening in this institution is making a difference for the world. The changes that we're seeing with climate change, with the impact on our water supply and our food security. We have institutions and researchers and some of the best people in the world studying these problems here at this institution. We're the only institution in the country that has this level of depth of analytics and research, and the country will be looking to this province as it has in the past for national leadership, and we'll be there to deliver. We do box. If this is boxing, we clearly fight as the University of Saskatchewan above our weight class. I'd like to also make note of one last point. When I spoke Cree a little bit earlier, I used the phrase wagu magantik, which means the shorter version of that is wagutuin, which means my relation. And in our culture, and we heard from some very inspiring PhD recipients, Dr. Naj yesterday, who's president of the Inter-American Development Bank for Asia, who spoke about the many hundreds of millions of people who are in poverty and live on less than $1 a day. And that whether, as Keith Martell says, it's a person that you see walking on the street, a homeless person, or somebody from far away, or somebody that you know within your family, it's really important to remember the kinship that we have, and to remember that we're all two-legged people, that we rely on one another, and that none of us can make it alone. And some people struggle, and some people have great difficulty. And I'd like to ask of you, as you go forward, that the best traditions of this province and the best traditions of my people are kinship, and to work together and to take care of one another. So as you go forward in your careers and business, I wish you just incredibly great success, great wealth, great prosperity. But remember to share that with those that are less fortunate in our society, and to volunteer when you join your law firm or your accounting firm or your consulting firm, wherever you're going. Look to the United Way, look to the food bank, look to whatever organization you feel some affinity to, and dedicate your time. Dedicate your time. It'll make you feel better. It won't add wealth to your wallet, but I think it'll add a lot of goodwill to your heart and change the lives of a lot of people. As I close, I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like you to hold your applause till the very end of the ceremony, and I'll start first with Darren Olerking and the University Wind Orchestra. They do a wonderful job, and let's congratulate them. You can applaud when you want. And we have no signer today, and our vocalist Daniel Sanchez, the drum group Buffalo Boys, our elder Mike Maurice from the Métis Nation. Thank you for being here, Elder Maurice. Our university chaplain David Kim Cragg, and Daniel Rudelay, the Convocation coordinator, and all the members of her team in making these ceremonies a success. I'd also like to take a special note of two of the platform party who will not be joining us in the future, who are stepping down from their roles, but we're very grateful to them as an institution. Both Dean Daphne Terrace and Dean Beth Bilson will be stepping down from their post and moving on to other opportunities. And let us thank them as we thank all of these that have made this convocation a success. And please remain seated as the platform party leaves the stage. Thank you very much.